everybody, welcome into the Rancho, and behind me the fabled Wall of Sound, featuring some of the greatest vintage audio amplifiers and AM/FM stereo receivers ever made. Pride of my place here. A requested video that I've had to people have requested for quite a while. And it has to do with copyright, and I finished going through a long, protracted copyright battle of over 7 months duration on YouTube, which I ultimately ended up winning. But it took a lot out of me, and it was a battle that didn't have to be fought. But sometimes companies just press a little too hard, and they try to go back and change original rules. They try to change the game rules. Post facto go back and try to set new ground rules. Well, that doesn't really work that way. But that's not really what I want to address today. I'm happy, I'm remonetized, everything worked out great. But the question I get a lot is, Rosie, on your live streams, you're playing music, people were putting music, they're donating to play music on your stream. How do you avoid getting strikes on YouTube? How is it possible? Let me take a couple minutes to explain sort of the genesis of the YouTube system as it pertains to copyright. First thing you have to realize is that in the old days, YouTube was chasing down, because the record companies, Warner Music, Universal Music Group, Sony, etc., were chasing down YouTube because people were using their music left and right in videos, and the artists weren't getting compensated, and the creators were getting a free ride, in a lot of cases being able to monetize that content. Finally, all the music company, publishing companies got together on the behalf of the artists and said, no, this can't be, we can't have this happen. And they started to go after YouTube and sue YouTube. Well, YouTube's like, whoa, okay, we can't control every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's out there doing the music, but I'll tell you what, we'll institute a system so if our detection algorithm picks up the fact that somebody's using the music, we'll give them a strike or whatever, and we'll have that content removed. But then somebody within the system had a better idea, and they said, hey, instead of just having stuff removed, why don't we set it up so if somebody uses, let's say, a piece of music from, Pure Prairie League or Foreigner, and it's detected on either their live stream or their video, why don't we leave it to the artist and the publishing company whether they would like to take that monetization on the video themselves. In other words, when it's detected, right, you get a notification, what's called a copyright match in the content ID system. You get a notification that your content matches what was owned, copyright owned by somebody else, but instead of dishing you a strike, they say, oh, you can continue to use that with no problem, but the musical artist and the publishing company will make the money. Now, that's a pretty darn good idea. Instead of fighting with all these YouTube creators, take all of your catalogs of music from all the publishing companies worldwide, enter it into the content ID match system, which 99% of them have done. And that way, when the YouTube algorithm scans the completed Hangout, or sometimes even Hangouts in progress, they'll be able to detect that music and issue a copyright match, not a strike. And you have a couple tools down there. You can mute the video at that point. You can trim out the video at that point using the YouTube tools that are provided on your copyright notification page. It's a great system because, well, the artist wins. You get to use the music, and rather than fight City Hall, the publishing companies are making money as advertisers place ads on your video. But now, instead of the money going to you, it's going to the publishing house to benefit the artist. Okay, so it's really very difficult now to get a copyright strike Unless you want to dispute that and say the Beatles' Penny Lane is your original composition, push the dispute button, then you're going to be in a whole lot of problems. Then when you lose, you will get a strike, okay? That's the reality of that. Best thing is always put up everything that's yours, but if you're going to use or have it in your stream, just be prepared. You're not going to get the monetization on it, okay? Now, I get the money from people that, of course, donate to hear the song, so it's kind of a fair trade-off for me, and it makes for some fun streams. Now, some people grab other people's content and upload it and claim it as their own, not necessarily music, but maybe somebody else's cool visit, or somebody picked up some terrific animal trick on video and they uploaded it on YouTube. They're getting hundreds of thousands of views, and somebody comes along and sees that and says, "Ooh, I'm going to download that and re-upload that on my channel and claim that as my own." Well, you're very liable to a copyright, especially now, because the original uploader can now see on their channel, their studio creator, a tab called copyright, and they can see who has uploaded their content on his or her content on another page and issue takedown notices and all that. So it's a system that it's certainly better than it used to be, right? And it seems to work well. The artists put the music in and things. Now you may think it's not fair. I do a 6-hour stream. I just happened to walk by a restaurant. They're blaring some music, some Hank Williams or some Johnny Cash, and for somehow or another, my microphone on the live stream picks it up, and now I've got a copyright match for that music, and I can't monetize my video. Well, you do have the option to trim it out, edit it, remove it, mute it, and the monetization will be restored to your video. I hope that makes things clear to you. Now, the last thing that can happen is sometimes happens that somebody plays a little Bob Dylan or something like that on my stream, chooses to play Bob Dylan. Well, the problem is Bob Dylan has blocked worldwide his music being allowed to be played on YouTube. So what happens is you get a notification that your video is blocked worldwide, okay? Nobody's going to be able to see it, okay? There'll be a little notice that says, "This video blocked by Warner Music Group on copyright," or something like that. But again, you still have the option, if you want to be able to go to your copyright tools and edit that, remove it, mute it, trim it out, even replace it with another song from the YouTube catalog. But in my opinion, I know myself, I want the artist to be compensated through ads and things going forward. So, I don't trim things out unless it's a block. And then I have to remove it, because that's the only way that people are going to be able to see the hangout when it is over. So I hope that explains things, why people use music on streams and things and don't get copyright strikes. Because YouTube's a little smarter these days, and the artists are a little smarter too. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, just put them in the description box down below. Not the description box, but the comment section. And thanks so much for listening. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And thank you very, very much.